Matches Balone. Hey guys, Balone here, bringing you guys another DC Toy Box TV review. Today we're going to be looking at the Rock Candy Harley Quinn vinyl figure. Okay, so like always guys, before we get into actual figure review, I do want to go over the packaging. As you can see, this is an open window box. We do get to see a glimpse of the figure inside. Up top we get a Rock Candy logo with vinyl collectible. Then across the bottom we do get this really cool Harley Quinn logo. On the side we pretty much get a solid black with a really massive Harley Quinn logo right here. What's really cool is that her lettering is glossy, so it reflects off the light. And we do kind of see Harley Quinn right there inside of her Y, so that's pretty cool. On the back we do get a bigger image of that Harley Quinn figure, as well as the rest of the figures inside of the DC Comics Rock Candy lineup. I also like that she has this, very personal kind of border around her. This is clearly Harley Quinn inspired. Up top we get the Rock Candy logo with vinyl collectible, as well as the collect all of the DC Comics Rock Candy figures. Harley Quinn logo across the bottom with a Warner Bros. Logo and a Funko logo, as well as a DC Comics logo. Then on the other side we do get this kind of shattered design where it's matte black with the glossy black on top. We do get these bubbles that have glimpses of other figures inside of this lineup, as well as a DC Comics logo right there. Up top, again, continue with that kind of like shattered design. This is a matte black with a glossy black on top. We do get another Rock Candy logo right there with vinyl collectible, Harley Quinn logo, Funko logo, and a DC Comics logo. Then on the bottom, we just get pretty much manufacturing details with the Funko logo, made in Vietnam, a barcode, and some of Funko's social media contacts if you guys want to go follow them. That is pretty much it guys for packaging. I'm going to get her out of her box and then we can check her out. Okay guys, here we have Harley Quinn out of the packaging. Before we get into the figure review, there are some things I need to talk about. First off, this is a two-piece. What you get out of the box, you do get the figure of Harley as well as this kind of stand for her. She does actually a really good job of standing up, given the fact she has this mallet to really support her. And so the base just really helps kind of stabilize her so she's not wobbling and eventually fall over. This is just a clear plastic with peg holes. What's really cool is that the mallet itself has a peg hole, but doesn't really need it because it kind of sticks out. But still, I am really happy that Funko did give us this, just to help support Harley so that she can stand. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is just, I am super disappointed at the quality control of Harley. This is a new figure coming straight out of her box, yet she was filthy. She was dirty. She was covered in these kind of like white specks. I actually thought she had a lot of paint mishaps, but then once I started rubbing her, it did come off. So I did clean her up a little bit, but overall, she has these kind of like mushiness to her paint. You can kind of see there was the reflection of the light. So I am disappointed on that. I understand these are mass produced, so they're not all going to have the same, attention to detail when it comes to this stuff. And you can see the figure still looks good, right? It's not this really huge thing. It's not this really big problem. But considering that this is, brand new, and Funko's a big company that does so many figures, I would hope for them to, at least give us a good figure out of the box, right? If this was secondhand, that's what it really felt like. This was like a used figure. That's what it felt because it was so dirty. And you can kind of see, like, I don't know what's the deal. It almost looks like it has grease stains on her. Right here, you can kind of see right there where the black area, there is some type of white mess on it. I don't know if that's maybe a paint hap from this like collar she has. You can see right there in the red as well. And I don't know if that was some of the stuff that was on her, right? But I really can't get in there. So, from afar, you're not going to notice it, right? She already looks good. But it is a really annoying thing knowing that, you know, she was like that, especially considering, you know, I paid full price and she's brand new. She should look really good out of her box. And you can kind of tell right there, there's a paint mishap between the black and the red. I'm not gonna be super against them considering this is a small figure, but I would have liked them to have at least control that a little bit more. You know, I just figured they make so many figures, they should be masters of kind of painting these guys, right? You can also see some of the sculpting parts, right, where these are the two different plastics where they're molded together. This almost looks like, I don't know, maybe that's glue sticking out, or maybe again that's white paint. But I really am annoyed at how you can see so many of these sculpting lines within her. You know, it's just a really again, not a big deal. If you're an average person, you're not really going to notice it. You can see some more white paint there. But it is really annoying that, you know, right out of the box, she's like this, right? Harley Quinn is a really big character. So I figured they put a lot more attention on how she's going to be presented. So that's kind of my little rant at the beginning of it. I apologize for that, but I just, you know, I really had to say it because I was super annoyed. I was about to pretty much return this just because I was just super pissed. You know. But aside for that, you know, she does look really good. You can see she is very stylized. This is almost a cartoony take on Harley Quinn, although it really applies nicely to her. Maybe that's just because of her kind of more comical side. This is the classic jester outfit Harley Quinn. I really like that. That is still my favorite version of Harley Quinn. You know, so she looks really good. I've been constantly turning for you, so you do see it is looks really great all the way around. I also like that these colors are very vibrant, even though one of the main three colors in her is black. The red and the white really stands out and pops out, so it looks really good. I really like her stance. It's not sassy, but it's almost like modern day Batgirl, where she is just ready. You know, you come at her and she's gonna hit you with her mallet. So that's really good. The mallet itself has a lot of detail because they have these kind of sculpted wooden designs, as well as these kind of like metal, I don't know, metal bands. So it looks really good, really nicely. And also, what I'm pretty impressed is that even though this is a pretty simple design, you know, we do get some diamonds across her. This is still pretty much just a solid suit, right? It's a solid spandex, a solid jumpsuit. So there's not really much texture inside, but I still feel she has a lot of detail. If you kind of look at these, you know, I'm not really sure what they is. These like bracelets or these kind of like feather ends of her gloves. You know, you could see some of the curls within the fabric, so that's really cool. It is a little hard to pick up on the camera, but you know, trust me, they are there. This like neck thing she has also, it is very simple, but just the design of it gives it some more detail in a weird way. You know, her face looks really nice. It is a full piece costume right here with, you know, her white paint and her domino mask on top. We do get to see her big eyes right there, as well as her mouth and her nose. So overall, even though I do have, I am angry at just the overall quality of the figure, I am really happy with the figure. She is one of my favorite figures so far. Really like how they sculpted her hand right there, you know, kind of like loosely holding the mallet, but at the same time, she, like anytime, she can really grip on and get ready to swing. So, you know, I really like her. She looks really good. Definitely like the design just because this is the Harley Quinn I was introduced to in the Batman anime series. So I really like that this is the kind of original classic Harley Quinn. I think that's a really good choice to use for this new Rock Candy lineup. For a bit of a comparison, I do have the modern day Batgirl Rock Candy figure. As you can see right here, we're going to put her to the side. I also have the classic Batgirl from the Rock Candy figures as well. Kind of shift them just a little bit more. And I have the Batman v Superman Wonder Woman Rock Candy figure. So right off the bat, you do get to see that even though these are all different characters from kind of different medias or different time periods, they all look good together. They all have the same kind of stylistic choices, right? I keep saying these are kind of like cartoony takes on these figures, but they still look really, really good. You know, they all have these very attitude-ish stances, so they just look really awesome. Um, I would have to say, if you're gonna really make a solid comparison, it will probably Harley with classic Batgirl, just because right off the bat, these are pretty much the same outfits they had when they were first introduced into the animated series, and they're very simple in their costumes. You know, it is pretty much just solid colors. There's not textures to it, but yet their colors are very vibrant and very bright. So they really do a good job of standing out, especially when you kind of compare them to, let's say, some more realistic takes or more darker takes of these characters. So they're really good. You know, I gotta say, even though she has black, right? She's basically three colors: red, black, and white. I gotta say, she still looks a lot more vibrant and a lot better compared to, let's say, classic Batgirl, just because that light gray still feels a little more, I don't know what I want to say, a little lighter in a weird way, you know? So I gotta say, between the four, Harley Quinn looks the best color-wise and representation. So far, classic Batgirl is still the favorite figure I have. But I really like right here, you can see how modern day Batgirl is just a lot darker, and Batman v Superman, Wonder Woman seems a little pale for some reason. It just seems really washed out. You know, has a lot of detail, probably has the most detail of all the figures, yet these shoes stand out just because of how bright these colors are. So I really like that. I'm gonna get these guys out of the way so we can just focus on Harley. And then right now, what I was really pointing out is that the blue in her eyes really stick out, as well as the red on her lips. You know, they overall Harley I don't know. There's something about this figure that really she's popping out at every single second, and there's, you know, when you look at her, she just looks really good and really nice and just overall awesome. You know, I really like how she looks. She's just awesome. It goes to show you how much color really can make a figure or a drawing or really anything good or better or worse. You know, color is just a really key element that I think a lot of people forget about. So, but that's pretty much it. That's all I can say about this figure. This is a vinyl figure, and there's not much I can talk about because, you know, you're just gonna put her on your desk or on your shelf, and she's just gonna look good. So if you guys are fans of Harley Quinn, definitely go out and get her. She looks really awesome. If you guys are, you know, DC Comics fans in general, still recommend it for you guys. Or you guys just like collecting vinyl figures, she's gonna be an awesome addition to any of your guys' collection. But yeah, so comment down below. Tell me, you guys, any of your thoughts and opinions. Do you guys like Harley Quinn? Do you guys not? Have you guys been collecting the Rock Candy figures? Have you guys haven't? Are you interested in it? Like the video, you guys like it. Dislike it if you didn't, and subscribe. And look forward to more videos. Thanks. Laters.